What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Lona Pori. Today we are going to be doing our brackets for NCAA double tournament. I will put a link in the description where you guys can print your brackets and make one. So let's go ahead and get into this. Starting off with Gonzaga. Yeah, Gonzaga wins. Missouri versus Oklahoma. Gonna have to go with Oklahoma. I need a new pen. Perfect, Oklahoma. And Gonzaga is gonna take that dub. Okay, next. Creighton versus UCSB Creighton. And then Virginia is going to win that against Ohio. And then Creighton, I think, is going to take that dub. Then we got a Creighton-Gonzaga game. I'm going to have to go with Gonzaga. Okay, now USC versus Wichita State or Drake. Whoever wins that game, I'm going to go with USC. Kansas versus East Washington. Kansas. Winner of that, Kansas. Unless COVID eats. And then we got Oregon VCU. Oregon. I will be back in a second, y'all. Gotta go do something. Okay, guys, sorry about that. We are back. And starting off with Iowa and Grand Canyon. Iowa takes on Oregon. Iowa, Kansas, Iowa. First Final Four decision. Iowa or the Zags? Feel like Iowa's going to give it a good chance. But they ain't going to bring it home, you know? So, have to go with the Zags. Okay. Starting off with the East section, we were just on the West. Fixing up a bit of this. Okay. Michigan versus, Michigan. LSU versus St. Boda. LSU. Michigan going to take that dub. Colorado versus Georgetown. Georgetown popped off. And even though Georgetown is the underrated team, I'm going to go with them. Versus Florida State. Well, Florida State over UNCG all day. Florida State. Versus Georgetown, Florida State. Actually, I'll go with Georgetown. Okay. Georgetown versus Michigan. Michigan. You know. Then we got BYU versus MSU or UCLA. BYU. Texas versus Abila Church. Texas. Connecticut versus Maryland. I'm going to go with Maryland. Alabama, Iona, Alabama. And then Alabama takes that dub. Texas versus BYU, Texas. Texas, Alabama. I'm going to go with Texas. Texas, Michigan. I'm going to go with Texas. I'm going to bring them into the Final Four. Now we are going to the south side. Okay. We have Baylor versus Hartford. Baylor. Wisconsin versus UNC. UNC. You guys are going to be like, yeah, Baylor's the best team in the world. I'm going to pull up with UNC with the upset. I got to bring my boys to at least the Elite Eight. You know, they're my boys. And I'm going to probably get that wrong, but it's fine. Villanova versus Winthrop. Villanova. Purdue versus North Texas. Purdue. Villanova. Well, Purdue wins that one, actually. Purdue, UNC with the dub. Okay, Texas Tech to Utah State. TT. Arkansas. TT versus Ark. Texas Tech versus Ark. I'm going to show you that. Florida versus Virginia Tech. Florida. Ohio State versus Ohio State. Ohio State with that dub. Ohio State with that dub. And I think Ohio State's going to be UNC. And go into the Final Four. Now, for the Midwest bottom section. Illinois versus Drexel. Illinois. Loyola Chicago versus Georgia Tech. Tennessee versus Oregon State. Tennessee. Oklahoma State. Gonna take on Liberty. Gonna win that. Illinois versus Georgia Tech. Illinois. Tennessee versus Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State's going to beat Illinois. And San Diego State versus Syracuse. West Virginia versus Morehead State. West Virginia. Clemson versus Rutgers. Clemson. Houston versus Cleveland State. Houston. Okay. San Diego State versus West Virginia. West Virginia. Clemson versus Houston. Houston. Houston versus West Virginia. Houston. Oklahoma State versus Houston. Okay. I want to go with Oklahoma State. Now we have the Final Four. We got the Zags, Ohio State, Texas, and Oklahoma State. Texas v. Zags. Zags. Ohio State versus take that back, actually. I think Texas is going to take out the Zags. Texas, right there. Take out the Zags. Oklahoma State versus Ohio State. Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, Texas. I'm going to give it to Texas. And I think the score is going to be 9, Texas. Bang. That's my bracket, boys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please sure to leave a like and and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.